This is unacceptable. And I genuinely think, Gavin, I'm hoping you're going to get a lawyer to look into this for you. This could be one thing worth looking into if their lack of responses to you is legally some kind of negligence on their part, that they're not fulfilling their role as specified in the contract. I haven't seen your contract. I don't know what's in it, but this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable.
And yeah, on the 28th of May, I followed it up because he didn't reply. Is that the third time I've sent an email and he just didn't reply? Jesus. So far, I was worrying the entire time about being paid. You did ask on the 3rd of June if I received the money, but none of my concerns in that email was addressed, and there was no reassurance or solution to delayed payments in the future. So again, it was just something I've noted. I guess the slow replies have been a factor into making me feel this way. Again, like, as a client, I just expected to not be ignored for as long as I have been, and it gets worse. It does get worse. I understand there was a lot going on behind the scenes at the company, but you also mentioned on the 3rd of June that you were talking to the OTT team about distributing my content on MSN. How did that go? It's the 14th of June.
Is MSN still a thing? Like MSN, like the instant messenger? MSN? I'm so confused.
And it doesn't feel like I'm in the loop about anything. So we did say on the 3rd of June.
I don't like any of it.
The OTT team today about getting content on MSN. I didn't get anything again after that until this email when I said, hey, that was the 3rd of June. It's now the 14th of June as I'm writing this. How did it go? What happened? Because again, I'm not being in the loop about anything. And that's how I just feel so in the dark. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so racked with anxiety about this whole thing. It takes so long to reply to things, if he replies at all. And I'm sat here just sick, absolutely sick.
This is absolutely sorry. This is so not acceptable. I'm actually baffled how they are conducting themselves so unprofessionally. You are a company. You're managing YouTubers. Yeah, YouTube isn't feckin' NASA, right? It's not pharmaceuticals or something. We're not doctors, but this is still people's jobs, and you have to take it seriously. This is a professional environment. If you are managing somebody and taking 10% of their overall income, you have to respond to them. You have to give them access to the conversations that involve them. This is not okay.
The one paragraph I mentioned, the stuff that's happening with Adam McIntyre right now. Now, finally, I really hope you're doing okay, Joshua. I've seen a lot from your Instagram stories and recent online discussions regarding your behaviour with specific people online, and a lot of it has made me uncomfortable to remain locked in this contract. I already had doubts with everything I've listed above, and again, I have since signing the contract, but it seems like everything that was happening online with you was taking up a lot more of your time and attention. And now the dates are lining up because apparently the documentary stuff started 14th of May or something like that. And it definitely sounds like this is taking up a little bit too much of his time and attention that I feel as a client, I've been completely sidelined. I understand you must be going through things, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best. But it's also hard for me to see how you're responding to people online right now and the approaches you are taking to your current circumstances. In regards to my position as a client and my channel and finances, I would feel much more comfortable if I could be released from the contract so I can go back to focusing on what is important to me, and that is my channel and making videos for my audience. Hopefully that sounds agreeable, and if you could let me know, that would be great. Hope you're having a good day, Gavin. And I do get a response.
This is like such a nice email. And it's also like a really good email. He listed out all of his concerns. He listed out everything. He said everything he needed to say. And I have to say, on a legal sense,
hey guys.
Trail, great. Good job for that one. But also, like, he's listed out everything. And these are very, very reasonable concerns. I don't know how he hasn't told them to go fuck themselves at this point.
Response later that day. Not a problem at all, Gavin. I'll get you offboarded this week. Joshua.
That's it. I mean, good that it's like, yes, we will offboard you. Great. I'm glad, right? I thought there was going to be a whole fight here. I thought it was going to be like, well, we can't let you out of the contract because of blah, 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 blah. Crappy reasons, right? But that's all you have to say? Not even a, like, I'm sorry we didn't meet your expectations? Or even, I'm sorry we weren't a right fit for each other, if you want to be super, like, political about it. Nothing else. But at the very least, they said, okay, we'll offboard you.
I was like, he wrote okay. He was like, not reading all that. Sorry it happened. That is literally what I felt like. I was like, okay. But like, at least he said yes. He said not a problem. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, amazing. I was actually so happy. So I followed it up. I said, let me know if there's anything I can do on my end. I appreciate it. That was the 14th of June. I heard nothing again from that. So I followed up again on the 16th of June, 2 days later. And again, I'm giving him 2 days to respond. And I feel like that's enough.
2 days is like standard, like, business practice, I feel. Sometimes, like, people don't respond for longer, right? That's fair enough. I definitely do that occasionally. But, like, standard business thing is, like, 2 days. Expect 2 days for a response.
YouTube manager, I feel like that's enough time to give. I say, hi, Joshua. Hope you're doing okay. If you get a moment, could you let me know what the next steps for the offboarding are? Is this a relatively quick process? Do I need to sign anything? Do I need to remove access to my studio? Let me know when you can and have a good day. That was on the 16th of June. And then he does send a lot more. He does. On the 17th of June, he sends, hey, Gavin, I understand why what you've seen online would make you incredibly uncomfortable. If I were only...
Sorry, hold on. Right, I see a wall of text. Okay, we'll get to that. I can't read it. I can't pre-read it. I can't get, like, a... Because I don't have my glasses on, and that's very tiny. So that could say literally anything. But I have to say, before we get into this big giant wall of text, is that, like, he already said, okay, we'll offboard you. Gave no other answer. To be honest, at this point, Josh, you've lost your ability to respond, unless it's, like, sorry.
The sea doesn't care where you came from. Only who it can make you.
Thank you, Ari.
Stronger.
Is anyone else giving these military ads? Like, I don't know who they think I am.
Only viewing the situation through the limited lens
But I'm not who they want to recruit. I will fold under the tiny bit of pressure.
Anything that I said about the stuff that's happening with Adam McIntyre online, that was a footnote in that massive email that I sent with all of my concerns. I had paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs with my concerns of how I've been treated as a client and everything else. One paragraph, I said.
Yeah, like, it's one tiny paragraph of him saying... also, like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable what I have seen personally on your Instagram stories and the way you're behaving. But the rest of the email, which was quite long, was him detailing very specifically what his issues were with this company.
It's making me uncomfortable. I don't like what you're doing online. The only reason this is happening is because Adam never told me he didn't like the idea of the dog and decided to publicly shame me and my wife instead.
Bro didn't fucking ask. He did not ask. He did not ask. To be honest, I don't want to speak for Gavin, right? Gavin's going to speak for himself, clearly. Great. I'm happy. I don't think bro fucking cares. Why are you telling him this? Why are you obsessing? Joshua David Evans, there's actually something unhinged in your brain. There is a literal screw loose that you need to fix, that you are so obsessed with this situation. Why are you typing this whole thing? Oh, Adam, because of the situation, and he shamed me and my wife. This is your client who you manage, who you are taking 10% of their income from, who gave you concerns about your conduct as their manager. Not just your conduct, how you have worked with them, how you haven't actually done your job. You don't need to be sending an email about drama. What is this? What is this? He didn't ask.
I reached out privately. He could have said it was a bad idea. He ran it on a video and live stream without ever communicating with me after years of being chill with one another. I was like, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I genuinely do not need to know. My email is not regarding the drama online. I don't agree with what Josh is doing online. I really don't. Again, it was making me so freaking uncomfortable seeing all of that unfolding as I am a client. I filmed a video in Wales last weekend. I think Adam posted his video. Joshua David Evans just threatened me. I think maybe the day before I left to go on this trip. And that's what I was thinking of. I'm trying to film this big video for my channel that I'm posting in a couple of months. And this is in the back of my mind. I'm like, what's my YouTube manager doing? What's happening? Yeah. What's going on? And so it's fair. So freaking bizarre, so weird. But again, I mentioned the tiniest part of that in that email because leading up to that moment, so much had happened that I wanted to get out anyway. But the stuff that was happening online with Adam, that was the last straw for me. And I was like, okay, I need to get out of this. It's this bit. What surprised me wasn't your reaction. It was that after all the conversations we've had and the report we've built, your first instinct was to criticize everything we discussed and presented me in our conversations in a way that feels very emotionally reactive rather than grounded. What?
I actually need a second. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. This man has a victim complex, the likes of which I've never seen. Not even Gabby Hanna can compete with the levels of victim complex that's going on here. Josh, I'm going to break this down for you because, again, I know you're watching this video because you're watching everything about you, and I genuinely need you to listen to what I'm about to say to you. I'm not attacking you. This is not an attack. This is a genuine observation of what's happening here. You were dealing with a client. You work for this person. You are taking 10% of this person's income, and in return, you are supposed to provide certain services. This person was not happy with the service that you provided and gave you detailed reasons as to why. You did not respond to any of those reasons, and if you look back at what you didn't even respond to emails. And he had shared concerns with you previously. He mentioned one thing about your conduct online because, yes, if your YouTube manager is acting like a fucking freak online, that is going to cause you some concern, especially if it looks like that manager is really busy getting into drama online instead of doing their job and responding to your emails. This is not painting you in a bad light. This is not victimizing you. This is not making you look to be any certain way. This is somebody who is not happy with the service that they have paid for. And that is all it is. And all you had to do was offboard him. You even agreed to it already. And don't think the fact that this email sounds like ChatGPT. Who the hell is GPT? ChatGPT. Don't think that that has passed me by. But that feels like another footnote we need to get to. Josh, get it to fucking together. This is ridiculous. You are acting like an absolute weirdo. You are acting like a maniac. You are not acting like a professional. This is embarrassing behavior for you and for the company that you work for. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go back in the video. I'm gonna stop ranting now because I'm actually like so unbelievably angry.
It was that after all the conversations we've had and the report we've built, your first instinct was to criticize everything we've discussed and presented me in our conversations in a way that feels very emotionally reactive rather than grounded. All I've ever done is treat you with kindness.
So Josh used to say as his little catchphrase thing, like, be kind to people, and he's calls himself the be kind to people guy, and now he's doing it here. All I've ever done is treat you with kindness. You can't just say that and it makes it true. You've been a dick for like a lot of your adult life. The things that you did when you were with Colleen, the things that you overlooked at the very least, the way you behaved around young fans, and now the things that you're doing to your clients, none of that is kindness. None of that at all. So you can't just say these things and speak it into existence. You know that phrase that, like, good people don't need to tell you that you're good people? That's all I'll say on that.
I poured my heart out in that email. You wanted me to be honest about how I feel I've been treated? And you're saying I'm acting emotionally reactive rather than grounded? You open up this email about something totally unrelated to my situation, and you're going to, that you're surprised. What surprised me wasn't your reaction, it was that after all the conversation we had, the report.
Damn, she looks good, doesn't she?
Again, I'm your client. And again, you have been lovely in those calls. Absolutely. I'm not attesting that. I'm not saying you were awful. But I had concerns and I emailed you about them, and you're replying with this? That I'm not treating you right? That all you've ever done is treat me with kindness? This is about your job. This is about the job that I was expecting from you. This is about me giving you 10% of my ad revenue every month and not feeling like I'm getting anything. I'm like, wait, hold on. Are you trying to say that none of my concerns are valid? I gave you a massive email telling you exactly how I...
Yeah, that is exactly what he's trying to say, that none of your concerns are valid. You're not being very grounded right now. You're being very emotional. You're being very emotional right now. Like, stop being crazy. Have you considered not being crazy? Like, be more grounded. If you, like, think about this logically, I'm in the right, and I actually treated you with kindness, and you're just being ridiculous right now.
How I felt, and I don't get it. I don't get it. The reality is that this situation is far more nuanced than the version currently being presented online. The video I'm releasing is some angry rant or threats. Okay, so he hadn't released his video yet. He was threatening to release a video, an expose on Adam McIntyre and addressing the drama. And the video hadn't come out yet as of sending me this email. And it was being posted all online and everything. Obviously, I could say it. I've been following Josh for years on Instagram. He's been following me. So I see everything he posts. And so, yeah, he's talking about his video was releasing, like, which honestly I watched, and that video was awful. The video, oh my god, it just solidified to me even more, like, I need to get away from this. I need to escape this contract so badly. I need to escape the shadow of this man. What he's saying, what? That video, I thought maybe there would be some reasoning in it, at least, but the more he went on, the more he talked, I was like, oh my god, this is unhinged, this is so bad, I can't believe this. And he's talking about Adam here. They have added their own twist to this entire situation and doubled down to the point where it seems so black and white. I'm trolling online on purpose because that is exactly what these people want and function off of. They picked a fight and are now playing the victim because I decided to not remain silent.
So he admits it. I mean, he kind of admitted it in his last video anyway, but you're trolling on purpose. So you're looking for a reaction. So you can't really cry victim when we respond, can you? Also, who picked a fight with you, Josh? Who picked a fight with you? Yeah, Adam was mad about the documentary thing, okay? He said no. He didn't want to do it. He didn't respond to you. Your feelings got hurt. And then you started picking a fight with him. And then with Peter Mon. And probably now with everybody else. I haven't actually looked at your socials in the last couple of hours, so maybe you've started picking a fight with somebody else. But you kind of started this, dude. This is absolutely insane. And now I bet you he's going to claim that his client is picking a fight with him. You know why? Because he's the ultimate victim all the time.
You're purposefully boarding people online. This is the behaviour I'm seeing of you. And honestly, if I had no idea what this whole Adam McIntyre situation was, I would still be concerned. I'm like, why are you provoking people online? This is not the right behaviour of a YouTube manager.
Thank you, Dragons Room.
I'm scared of you. The stuff you're posting online, I'm scared of you. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't believe the way it was going on, and this video is not about that. But this is Josh admitting he's doing it on purpose. He's trolling people online on purpose. What? How is that the right way of going about behavior? Things? If you feel slighted by Adam, why are you purposefully goading him and his followers?
Somebody with that kind of logic when it comes to social media should absolutely not be a social media manager. You do not know how to conduct yourself online. How are you possibly going to tell anybody else how to do their online content? How are you going to tell them if you can't figure it out for yourself? Can't you get a proper microphone?
Any sense. The only person who's looking bad in this is you. Mm-hmm. You're acting terribly, and you're admitting to acting terribly. You're making everything so much worse. My video was a calm discussion about a handful of simple moments that got twisted, amplified, and turned into something much bigger than they ever were. The main thing I remember from the video you posted was that you said at 12 years old you were out skateboarding, whereas Adam at 12 years old was bullying you. You were in your 30s at the time, and Adam was groomed and abused by your ex-wife at 12 years old. I don't get that.
He also said, let us not forget one of the most sickening things, which was that the only thing he has power over is Adam. This man is not okay.
Talking about how scared you were that these documentary people reached out to you, and how, it's bringing all these memories back, and I feel traumatized and triggered by it, and I didn't think it was a good idea. And so you were saying that was your initial reaction. And yeah, I seem to recall in a message to Adam, you said, I had the same gut instinct about these people as I did with Swoop. I don't
got you there.
I could see the narrative changing as the video was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, again, this is not what I want to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of this. Get that fire exit door off. So your video was not a calm discussion about a handful of simple moments that got twisted, amplified, and turned into something much bigger than they ever were. The constant goading of Adam and his followers, that is twisting everything. That is amplifying things. That is taking things out of control.
Absolutely.
You're doing that. You are doing that. Unfortunately, what you're watching is also the kind of content that tends to generate attention, views, and revenue. Pot me kettle. Pot meat kettle. I'm reading this, I'm just like, again, I didn't ask. But I'm saying the hypocrisy. Had you reached out, I would have gladly shared the full context, the timeline. I didn't want to know. I genuinely didn't want to know. My email was not about that.
If you just reached out to me, I could tell you the context. Why does he keep doing this? This was, oh my God, he did not email you about the drama. He emailed you about the concerns he had as your client. Can we focus on that, please? Can you, like, do your job for half a second and focus on those concerns? And while we're at it, offload him and get that contract terminated, please. Rather than whatever this is. You are obsessed. You actually, I'm not even trying to be funny, you actually need to seek out help. I'm being so for real. This is not normal behaviour.
Receipts that show how all this actually unfolded. Instead, you're seeing a version of events being narrated by someone who's already decided what the story is. I've heard your side of the story now. I watched that video you posted. I'm on Adam's side. That said, I genuinely respect your position. If you've decided you'd like to exit the agreement, I can absolutely make that happen. I just need a little time. These decisions are made by me alone, and an abrupt contract termination requires conversations with the people responsible for approving those requests. It'll likely take about a week for me to get in front of the right people and work through the process properly.
Well, you already said I'll offboard you this week, so what happened there?
I'm honestly just panicking again because I'm like, you're doing so much online right now. You're goading people online. You're provoking people online. Are you actually going to focus on this and help me as soon as possible to get out of this contract? Or are you just going to continue ignoring my emails? And I was right. I was right. For what it's worth, this has been a very difficult and personal situation for me. If you ever take the time to watch my interview with Swoop, you'll probably notice pretty quickly that the way the story is being framed online doesn't line up with the reality of what that interview proved.
If you watch my interview with Swoop, sir, this is your client. You're his manager. You are the most unprofessional loser I have ever heard of in my entire life. I'm losing my mind. I'm so angry. I need you guys to know, I do not deal with anger well. It's one emotion that it overtakes my whole body, and I can't cope with it. And all the SSRIs in the world are not going to help me get through this video, I swear to God, but we gotta do it. Jesus Christ.
About who I've always been as a person. I mean, I feel like that's weaponizing, again, his mental health. I feel like that's weaponizing his documentary with Swoop, which happened 3 years ago. People can change since then. That could be a mask. I don't know. I was one of the...
I am praying for Swoop to just make a 30-second video and go, yeah, Josh is a freak.
Sorry, I'm just moving around.
Yeah, and just end it there. 30 seconds is too long, actually. 5-second long video.
Many millions of people who watched the documentary since they came out. And yeah, I had a great opinion of you after that. I did. But now I'm genuinely terrified of you. I'm genuinely terrified of you. I'm terrified that I'm going to have no money for the next video. I'm terrified that I'm going to get a cease and desist from this video. I'm terrified that I'm not going to be here from anyone at Studio 71 because I haven't actually talked to anyone from Studio 71 except you. I'm so backed into a corner right now, and I have no idea what to do.
Jesus Christ. Like, I can't even imagine how horrifying and terrifying it must feel to see your YouTube manager who has access to your revenue. Like, remember, all of his revenue goes through this management firm. To have the people who are in charge of your income be acting so unhinged, that is absolutely terrifying.
So if you want to weaponize your mental health, I sent you, I just sent
Hey
you.
dude, how are you?
And this is what's prompted me to make this video. I sent you a massive email.
I'm gonna do Indian blue.
The most vulnerable email I've ever sent anyone. And I'll read it out. I'll read it out because your reply to that has sickened me. Mm-hmm. And it's terrified me. It's genuinely, I couldn't speak for. I couldn't speak. So don't freaking weaponize a Swoop documentary from 3 years ago. Things change. You have clearly changed.
Or was he always like
this? None of this started with some traumatic conflict. Someone had concerns about a documentary, chose not to express those concerns to me directly, stopped responding, and then publicly criticized me and my wife. Please, 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 please. He didn't say your name. I just want to say this. He did not say your name. He didn't say your name. People theorize. They theorize quite a few people. You are not the only name mentioned. The only person who outed you was you. The only person who brought your wife into it was you. I'm so perplexed. It's saying everything that's happening online. I'm feeling gaslit from this email. Again, you didn't have to comment. You didn't have to out yourself. Oh my God. Before I even knew there was an issue, by the time I understood what was happening, the narrative had already been written. It hadn't though. Oh my God, it hadn't. It hadn't. I've spent the better part of 10 years dealing with situations where other people tell my story for me, often without context and often in ways that don't reflect the reality of who I am. I guess I had hoped that after the conversation...
Nobody fucking... Like, this is about a work email, right? Like, just stop. Just stop. There's no need for this.
There be at least enough trust to ask questions or hop on Zoom before making a decision this significant. I emailed you privately with my concerns, and you've made this all about your situation with Adam. Not one part of my concerns was even brought up in this. Instead, you said, oh, I treated you with kindness. This is how you repay me. This report that we've had and stuff like this. I'm like, I just told you my concerns. I did. I emailed you. And I took blame. I did. I accepted blame for some of the things I didn't portray well enough. I did.
Yeah.
And I'm speechless because I feel like, what else could I have done? I did email you privately. I had hoped that after the conversation we've had, there'd be at least enough trust to ask questions to hop on Zoom before making a decision this significant. But I understand that's not where you're at right now. So when I don't believe the situation is now as black and white as it's being presented online, again, I didn't care. I'm caring more now. Because this is now really affecting me. What you're doing online is affecting me because I know you're not paying attention to me as a client and helping me get out of this. I do respect your decision. He doesn't. He genuinely doesn't. You're going to say how he doesn't respect my decision at all. Give me a little time to get in front of the appropriate people and I'll make sure everything is held correctly. So I replied when I woke up, hi Joshua, thank you for letting me know a little bit more, but the online drama was really only a footnote in the email I sent. It isn't the main reason or even a big reason as to why I want to leave the contract. You really don't need to share any more about it with me, but I would still like to go ahead with the termination. And
you can stop sharing now.
Give me a timeline or something that I'm not in the talk about for the next processes. You say it will take about a week to get in front of the right people. Should I email you next Wednesday to make sure things are moving along? Or if you have any further updates about it, I understand you're busy and you have events coming up, but I would appreciate being kept in the loop about this. I really do. Again, I feel like I'm in such a talk about everything about my life. And again, this is my livelihood. This is everything to me. This is my job. They have all of my money. They have my finances. Everything. Absolutely everything. And I didn't get a response. I didn't get a response.
He didn't respond. He didn't respond? Oh my god.
He didn't tell me. And then his video premiered. He's posting all over his Instagram. He's coming on other people's videos.
He's way too busy for an email.
I'll probably get a fucking sunflower emoji in my video too.
So I like my eraser.
The same vernacular that
Dude, I lose shit so easily somehow.
His ex-wife has used in the past. Again, not
Damn it. Does bleed through. I was hoping this wouldn't bleed through.
What's with the confrontational, intimidating tactics? Like you've admitted to me you've done it on purpose. You're doing all of this on purpose. He didn't respond. I just asked for a timeline. I was like, just please give me a
so reasonable.
And then he's just posted another video about that. He's posting on his Instagram stories. And like, I see you online. I see you posting. You post on YouTube, Instagram, everything. You're posting everywhere. I need to send another email. Because again, the longer we leave this, the longer I'm trapped in this contract, the longer you're taking my money. And I need my money. I need my money. This is going to be a really hard email to read out. Because I'm going to be very brutally vulnerable and honest about it. This is going to go into my finances right now. It's not looking good. I just sent it. As of filming this video, I sent it 2 hours ago. Hi, Joshua. Again, I understand you're incredibly busy right now, but I really do need responses and more transparency from you right now. Let me be even more honest about my first email and why I have a sense of urgency in reclaiming my finances from you in Studio 71. I currently have £1,118 in the bank. I do have the USD conversions in brackets. I have credit card bills coming out next week, £162. A final payment for a location I booked to film at coming out in 2 days that I paid a non-refundable deposit for months ago, £400. My water bill, £46. My council tax, £132. A bank loan repayment, £348. My energy bill, £107. A PayPal Pay in 3 payment for my flights to Peru, for my tour trip, because they don't pay for my flights, £992. My phone bill on the 1st of July, £115. And my rent on the 1st of July, £750. Which I just got a message the other day saying they're raising that to £850 starting September 1st. And my energy prices are going up as well.
Of course they're fucking up.
I'm most likely not going to get paid on time from Studio 71.
Keep in mind, he didn't actually, detail money for food there. Like, to eat. The thing that we need to do to survive. This is just, bills and expenses. And we all know how expensive food is at the moment.
With my money, my own money, due to international payment taking longer. And it wouldn't be a problem if I got paid like I usually did from Google AdSense. That would be around the 22nd to 26th every month. But I might not get paid from Studio 71 until maybe the 2nd or 3rd of July. I still have my travel expenses to pay for to get to the location I booked to film at, and travel to a wedding of a friend at the end of July too. And trains are not the cheapest in the UK. By my calculations, I have £3,052 to pay before I get my money from Studio 71, with £1,118 in my bank. I've given Studio 71 10% of my April earnings already. I feel like I haven't benefited from anything you or Studio 71 have provided in April. I will again be paying Studio 71 10% of my May earnings when I finally get paid at the start of July. Again, I feel like I haven't received any benefits from this partnership so far. Instead, that's 20% of my previous earnings that are just gone, and I don't get to see, despite me working really hard to make sure I keep a roof over my head, pay my bills on time, and still be able to book places for videos because I do. I put myself in debt sometimes to pay for these welding videos I do because, again, that is my main priority. My job is my passion. And we are 18 days in June, and I imagine Studio 71 will again be taking another 10% of my earnings from this month. And yet again, I haven't felt like anything's... I know I signed the contract, and that's on me. But that's why I'm asking to be let go from it as soon as humanly possible, so that this isn't dragged on too long, and then it will take even longer for me to get future payments. This is nothing personal, and you have been very lovely on the calls that we have had. I apologise if I sounded like I came across rather harsh when I didn't like the optimization report. I just felt rather deflated and disappointed that none of it was to do with my actual content, but the branding around it, the aesthetics, and not what I'm passionate about doing. My actual videos. I sent you an email on June 1st with my concerns about my finances, didn't I? You didn't reply to my concerns. You only followed up on the 3rd to make sure I got paid. But those feelings of anxiety and not having control of it does bother me more than I thought it would. I even mentioned that I was looking forward to getting control of my finances again. And that email predates all of this drama that you're in online. So this Adam situation is another reason I've asked to be let go, but it is the last straw. When I sent the email on June 3rd, and I said all of my concerns, on June 1st, I said all my concerns, I put a reminder on my phone on March 1st, 2027, to remind me to ask to be let go from the contract. I did that, again, long before this stuff with Adam started happening, and I wanted out, and I said that. I said I can't get my finances again. I alluded to the fact that I want to be out of the contract before all of this stuff happened with Adam. I have a reminder on my phone for March 1st, 2027 to email to ask to be let go because I know there's a 30-day period, because otherwise the contract automatically rolls over. I know, and I put in my reminder. To leave. I want to leave. I'm watching you post videos on your YouTube channel and posting stories on Instagram where you are purposefully goading Adam and his community online. That is making me uncomfortable, absolutely. But it's also making me frustrated because I know I sent an email yesterday morning asking for what the next steps are, and instead of replying to your client, you're provoking people online. It's not behaviour I want to be a part of. This is my livelihood. All the money you get from me is all of my money. I needed to live and pay my bills and support myself and pay for the things I need to keep doing my job. I'm just asking you to do your job. If there is any way, again, and I am pleading now for a quick turnaround, then please help me. Even if we can't cancel the contract right this minute, is there any chance at all that my upcoming May revenue will be processed as soon as Studio 71 gets it, rather than wait until the start of the month to send it? There are no additions to my revenue from Studio 71, which I imagine is why it takes a little longer to process payments. But you're only taking from me at this moment. Take the 10%, it's fine. What can this be arranged? Like, literally, take the 10%, take it. Just give me something. Give me the money that I've worked so hard to earn, the money that I generated from posting as many videos as I could, from going to random ass places so I could film even more interesting videos. Please, like, my Google AdSense will come in the second to last week of the month, or the last week of the month, it would depend. And honestly, I know it sounds like I have a really bad financial situation right now, but if I was getting paid on time, that wouldn't be the case. That would not be the case. I would be fine if I just got my money on time, and I'm just not. If I go back to get my revenue on time, I'd be fine. Usually I'll get my Google AdSense around the 22nd to 26th, so I'm assuming that's when Studio 71 gets it. If payment could be processed next week as soon as it comes in, that would be amazing. I'm hoping you're doing okay, and I hate to beg, but the unresponded emails and signs is only furthering my anxiety of this whole situation. Your help with this would be greatly appreciated. And this is me begging. I was literally on my hands and knees begging, and I don't think you understand how I've never had to send an email like that before. I never have. I've never had to. And then Josh responded. He responded quite quickly. And again, like, you're able to respond quickly. Actually, before I sent that email, I used that contact form on the Studio 71 portal that the clients get. And I was like, if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that, use this online submission form. I did. This is what I sent. And I sent it 18th of June 26, 10:13 a.m. I sent it this morning. Hi, I'm a client of Joshua Dave Devons, and I emailed about an early termination of my contract on Sunday, which he agreed to. I did get a follow-up email yesterday morning, my time. I'm in the UK, with a bit more, and he said it would take a while for him to get in front of the right people to process this. I just want to make sure that the processes are actually moving ahead, and that this gets sorted as soon as possible. I understand Joshua is very, very busy online right now, and has been very slow to respond to emails the past month in general, but I'm hopeful that this will move forward without any needless delays.
I'm sorry, I know I haven't said anything for a while, and that is, like, not how these videos work, but I'm just so... For one, I wanted to let him speak and get through all of that, but that is... Let's just see what Josh said before I say anything else.
For the emails with Joshua, so I know that things are moving forward. What should I do next? I have asked Josh via email, but I haven't had a response about next steps, and I sent that email over 24 hours ago now. Any help will be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So that's me sending an email to someone, hopefully someone else is Studio 71. And then I got this email from Josh, and my heart just dropped. It just absolutely dropped. I can't believe this was the response I got. They will offboard your channel Monday, and you will receive an email notification to the one associated with the account confirming it. You'll just need to hop on over to the earnings tab and make sure it's turned back on. I'll email when they confirm that it's released just to follow up. So that's good. That's okay. Monday. That's great. That's great. Thanks for reaching out to the other department, by the way. It ended up leading to a really productive conversation about your channel and its future. And it was clear that it's best to part ways as soon as possible.
What is this fucking passive aggression? What is this? How can you possibly act this unprofessional? I'm actually, like, my whole job is to sit here and to tell you my thoughts and to talk about these situations, and I am actually at a loss for words with the level of manipulation and passive aggression that is going on here. I'm trying to read what it said. I know he just said it, but thank you for reaching out to the other department, by the way. Thanks for reaching out, by the way. It led to a productive conversation about how we don't like you or your channel. You are actually the worst. You are the worst. I can't see what the rest of it says.
So, the team I emailed with that submission, the only way I can contact anyone else is Studio 71. They've talked to Josh about it. And this very biting paragraph I get ended up leading to a really productive conversation about your channel in its future. It was clear that it's best to part ways as soon as possible. He's essentially saying that, yeah, your channel is really bad. Like, you're not going to make us any money. And you'll not be around for too much longer anyway. So, yeah, let's terminate. You're not going to do anything for us? Nice. Very nice.
Very professional.
You know, the amount of times I've turned down opportunities on my channel, too many times I've said no to things, the self-esteem, trying to prove myself every year, making bigger and better videos and all this and the other. That's the response I get. Had to block you on Instagram, unfortunately. Started feeling pretty uncomfortable with how closely you've seemed to be following my stories and personal life, especially given how much contempt you've expressed toward me. I'm sure you understand, Gavin. Hopefully this frees up some energy for things that bring you a little more joy than keeping tabs on me. Enjoy your weekend.
Josh, go fuck yourself.
It's the 4th of July blowout sale, up to 60% off list prices. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? I'm ready to go shopping. Let's load this puppy up. That's not true. They're going to ship it to me for free, even. Oh
my God. Oh my God. how can you conduct yourself like this in a business setting? Like, it's one thing to see the way that you're acting when it comes to Adam McIntyre and all of this online stuff, right? That's one thing. And the way you're acting online generally is very egregious. But the way that you're acting when it comes to your clients and your business is completely unhinged. I genuinely had hope that you were behaving like a professional at the very least behind the scenes when it came to your job and the people that you represent. But you can't even manage that. You are such a loser that you can't even do your job. This is the most ridiculous email that I have ever seen come from a professional person in my life. And I've worked some really shitty jobs, so for me to tell you this is the most ridiculous email I've seen is really saying something.
I sent that massive email. Completely vulnerable, completely open about my current situation. Doesn't say anything about it at all. Nothing. Had to block me on Instagram. Despite us following each other, despite him posting on Instagram non-stop, despite popping up first on my carousel whenever I open up Instagram with more attacks at people online, again posting more stories and videos on YouTube, completely unhinged, purposefully trolling people as he has already admitted. And yet he had to block me on Instagram because he was feeling uncomfortable with how closely I seem to be following his stories and personal life, like we weren't following each other on Instagram.
This is ridiculous.
This is my YouTube manager.
Jesus Christ.
He responded to my concerns by blocking me on Instagram. I sat there speechless from that.
I really do hope that they get him off-boarded by Monday. Jesus Christ.
I am speechless. I've just sent you the most vulnerable email I've ever sent someone to reply, and that's your response. I followed you on Instagram for years. You kept posting stories. You kept popping up on the front of my carousel. Of course I was going to click on your stories when I'm waiting for a response from you as, again, no client. This is concerning. I can't believe this. Can you please at least reply to my financial situation? And now I don't know what to do. He's blocked me on Instagram. I haven't heard a peep from Studio 71. I can't just remove their access from my YouTube studio because the contract says if I do that, they can hold my money. The money that they feel like they deserve. I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. Apparently I'm getting off-boarded on Monday. Great. It is currently Friday as I'm filming this. I'm going to be spending the next couple of days absolutely ridden with anxiety. Because I don't know if this video is going to help. Or if it's going to make things worse. I don't know if I'm going to get my money at all. Because I haven't been paid any money from May. It's now the middle of June. They're going to take at least half of the entire month of June as well. By the time Monday comes around and I get off-boarded, I have so much that I have to pay for over the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to have, by Monday, nothing.
I think I'm going to call her the Sea Dragon. I think that'd be cool.
Okay. So,
you really need to consult a lawyer. You really, really need to consult a lawyer. I don't know how it is where you live. There are services here anyway, and I assume it's the same there. You can get some free legal advice, and you can take it from there. You really need to get somebody to look at that contract and give them all the details and the paper trail of everything. You absolutely need to get somebody to look at this, and I know that getting a lawyer to look at that is not going to be free. You can get the free legal advice, but everything else, probably not. I'm not saying to sue anybody. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying get some advice on this from a professional. And if you have to make a GoFundMe, I'm sure people are going to rally around that. Like, I can see the views on this video going up and up and up and up. And so many people sent me this video since last night. So people are seeing this. People care. This isn't even about like a drama situation. This is unacceptable behavior from your YouTube management. This is about your livelihood. I'm going to just remind people as well that the way that YouTube works for getting paid is you don't get paid just for watching a video unless you have YouTube Premium. This is a misconception that people have. YouTubers only get like paid basically if people watch ads and click on ads and like watch the whole ad. So that's the only way that any money gets made. So the longer you watch the video and the more ads that you watch, that's how you get paid. Now, I'm pretty sure I cannot suggest that that is what you do. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. And I would never suggest that people do watch ads for the sake of it. However, I'm just informing you that that's how that works. Let's see.
So, I don't know what's going on. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. Sickened. Definitely. Hopefully this acts as a message and a learning thing for anyone else on BookTube. Anyone else who feels rather vulnerable and someone comes along with an opportunity like this. Just be wary. Honestly, just be wary. We'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Okay, I am at a loss for words, and it is very rare that that happens to me, because I got a lot of opinions and a lot of things to say, but this is one of the worst situations that I have seen on YouTube. I want to take a look at the comments. I want to see what people are saying. I want to know if anybody's left super thanks, because that's the thing that you can do, although I have like a weird thing on my YouTube at the moment. I don't actually know if I can see that, but as I'm scrolling, I can see there is a pinned comment from Gavin. Update 1. As I was uploading this video, I got an email from Studio 71 confirming that my channel will be released from the network with the specific date of the 18th of June 2026. Okay, that is good news. Because Studio 71 have emailed me that my channel is released on the date of the 18th of June 2026, it is now the 19th of June in the United Kingdom where I live, and when I've posted this video, I haven't had any updates on my May and June earnings as of yet. They still have all of that, and could still be waiting till next month to give me what was mine. But getting confirmation of being released from them just before posting this has helped me immensely. Thank you for all your support, everyone. Update 2. 2 hours after posting this video, Studio 71 have released me from my contract, and I have regained financial control of my channel again. Oh my god. Thank God. Thank God. Josh told me it took time, maybe a week, then it was Monday. It actually took 2 hours after posting this video. And I still have no idea what's going to happen to the money I earned between May 1st and June 18th, but I'm hopeful it'll be returned to me soon. Thank you so much for all your kind words and generosity. I cannot thank you enough. I'm so glad that he got released. Jesus Christ. I'm actually like, please do GoFundMe. Please do GoFundMe. Dude, I will give you revenue from this video, if that's okay with you. I'm obviously going to contact Gavin. Gavin, I don't know if you're watching this. I will obviously contact you. I want to just check how you're doing, first of all, see if there's anything I can do. We will chat. I did see that he followed me on Instagram while I was out, so I followed him back, and I will message him, but I don't think any situation has ever made me this angry. I'm actually like at the verge of tears. Somebody said, I'm fuming, Gavin. That last email is the most disrespectful, immature, spiteful thing I've ever read. And from someone you are paying nonetheless. I'm so sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Gavin, if you need to take sponsorships to stay afloat and build security, they do it. Then do it. People understand that it's part of the business. We would rather put up with a few minutes of sponsored ads if it means we get to see you safe, happy, and healthy. We want to see your content for years to come. I gotta agree, but it is your choice at the end of the day. Oh, Adam talked about this on Twitch. Okay, good. Excellent. I knew Adam would see this. If people are sending it to me, people are definitely sending it to Adam.
Damn, I just dropped my
Adam
marker.
has a higher reach than I do, so I'm really glad. But I think this needs to really be talked about. Bro, why is he telling you his personal business and not talking about the contract you asked him about? What is going on? Gav, I'm so sorry. This is horrible. Can we just talk about how weird it is that Josh suggested how this childlike Blue's Clues Mr. Rogers approach while knowing what topics language to use? I don't know. It's really giving Colleen.
Let me get my marker.
Yeah. As a mucker, my heart absolutely goes out to you. This is absolutely disgusting behaviour. It really upsets me that he truly used the swoop doc to get opportunities for himself and manipulate others. Absolutely. There's absolutely no integrity in his actions. His video used so many of the tactics Colleen used in the Buy video. Do you mean the High video? And is absolutely unable to separate his work from the hits to his ego. I've subscribed and look forward to seeing your channel grow out of your own integrity and vulnerability. His comments about your channel are appalling. My God, my absolute God, Gavin. I don't know if you're watching this video. I have subscribed to you. Was gonna do it anyway though, because I genuinely think that that I'd enjoy your content. But I'm so glad you got released. This is definitely a warning to anybody, and I really think you need to get some advice on this. I will be checking in with you. Don't feel pressured to respond. And yeah, again, just everybody, please, 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 please go send some love to Gavin. Subscribe, send some super thanks, watch some videos, and remember what I told you about how getting paid works. Do what you gotta do, okay? Please, please.
Hi, Emily.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to that channel, like, follow, share. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I just gotta go. I'm actually so annoyed. I'm so bad. This was a fucking roller coaster. Bye. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Everpeer's data management platform unifies our data. I do not even know where to begin today, but Joshua David Evans has just been exposed in such a huge way, and it honestly is breaking my heart and is unbelievably terrifying. You know the way I've told you that Joshua David Evans has a job, and that was the reason that he was at VidCon last year, and the way he was saying that he was coming to VidCon this year. You know what's so funny? The VidCon team, they've been very, very, very close contact with me throughout all this, and they went, you know what's so crazy is there's not even one ticket registered under Josh's name, and they work very closely with the company that he works with, and they were like, just to let you know, nothing's been registered under his name, so, all right now, lol, big man Josh, yeah, VidCon team are fucking over him as well. But anyways, remember I told you that, and that was the reason that Josh, was at VidCon last year, and the reason that, he was threatening to come again this year as he comes with this company that he works with. So I never said the name of the company because I didn't want to be the one who would ever put that out, okay? I didn't want to be the one who ever put it out. But it has just been revealed. And it's been revealed because of one of his clients. So I can say this now because it's out there and this is blown up within the last couple hours. This is how recent this is. So Josh is a YouTube manager at Studio 71. Now, if you don't know what Studio 71 is, it says online that Studio 71 is a leading global media company for digital-first creators and brands. So Josh's job at Studio 71 is being a YouTube manager. That is literally his job, which is so unbelievably funny because his career on YouTube flopped so bad that he had to leave that job. But he is a senior, what is he? He's a senior partner manager. So that's what he does. He manages YouTubers, okay? Now, I was never going to say that, ever. I was never going to say that. But one of his clients has just came forward, and the video is unbelievable. So I have not watched the entire thing, but I've seen the emails that Josh sent his client, and I am unbelievably... this is it. Josh is done. Josh is done, and he should be. He is a crooked man. He is a crooked man. He really, really, really is. So, if you want a little TLDR before we get into this, so this content creator, Gavin Reads It All, booktuber, 100,000 subscribers, and he had a manager from Studio 71 called Joshua David Evans, as we're aware. So Josh was his manager, and Gavin felt that Josh, and we'll hear from him exactly. And Gavin, if you would ever want to speak, by the way, if you would ever want to do some sort of interview, or if you would ever want to push this out further or anything like that, feel free to come to me. I know exactly what Josh is like, and I'm unbelievably devastated that he is doing this to a creator in general. And from the things that I've seen from your video already, I'm fucking appalled. So Josh is his manager, Studio 71, and Gavin felt basically that Josh wasn't really doing anything for him as his manager, and that it was very hard to contact Josh, right? Which is funny, number one, because Josh literally had a problem with me not responding to his DMs, but we have his client speaking out, saying that, well, it's hard to get in contact with Josh. So Gavin tried to get in contact with Josh quite a few times, and he listed reasons as to why he wanted to kind of end this contract that he's in with Studio 71 and end working with Josh. He listed a lot of reasons. And at the end, he said, you know, Josh, I'm seeing you post on social media right now. I'm seeing you crash out on social media. I'm seeing what you're doing, you know, to me on social media. Respond to me. Why are you posting all of these things? Like, you're my manager. Why are you ignoring me? But you're posting all these Instagram stories and drama videos about this other creator, Adam. And then Josh responds to his client. Josh is this guy's manager. Josh responds to him, and it's all about me. Josh does this entire email to his client about me. About me. Yes. Yes. You've got to believe it. And you're going to see that it's the truth. And Josh says something along the lines of, well, actually, Gavin, I'm just baiting people. You know, I'm just baiting these people. That's what they want. The manager. Josh is this guy's manager. Josh works at Studio 71. And again, Gavin has put this out there. I was never going to say it. Josh being the manager at Studios, or a manager at Studio 71 of creators, is unleashing on his client because of me. And after all of it, Josh blocks his client on Instagram. Josh blocks his client. Now, we would not have known about any of this if Gavin hadn't have spoken up in this video. And let me tell you something, again, have not watched this in full, have seen bits and pieces of it. Joshua David Evans, you are a crooked man. You are a crooked man. You are an evil man. You are unbelievably disgusting. I don't wish bad on people. I wish bad on you. I do. I really do, Josh. I cannot believe that you are mistreating clients like this. And this wouldn't have, we wouldn't even have known about this, because even in this video, Gavin says, I'm scared to speak up because of legal ramifications. And you know what, Gavin? I want to go through this entire video. Gavin, I am in unbelievable